try this again. Hey guys, I'm just setting up here. For some reason, YouTube erased the original video, so I've got to link it again.
Sorry, so I step out the car.
Excuse me. That doesn't work. Let's erase that. And try this. Come on. Live now. See if that works. I don't know if it works. Anybody here yet? Oh, hey, it works. Oh, let me kill the sound there. Okay, let's try spreading this out again. Facebook is strange. It's not prioritizing my Give Me a Break Man page anymore. It used to. Let's try this again. And looks like people are here. Okay, good. Hi, guys. Hey. Let's get started. Okay. I have had a day. Got a new phone. Let me give you some, for those of you who are interested in Japan, coming to Japan, going to live in Japan. This is a iPhone 8, and it's 64 gigabytes. It's a little bit an older model, right? Yeah, and Hiko's not out today, so I thought I would. Well, I wanted to go on anyway, but I don't want to step on Hiko's toes, so I'm not. Anyway, he's out of town. He's in Thailand, apparently visiting his father. But who knows? Just kidding, Hiko. Yeah, let's give you some practical knowledge first. It is summer. It's hot as hell. Gotta stay hydrated. I just read that if you drinking water alone is not good enough. What you have to do is have a little something in your stomach. Just drinking water, the water will just go right through you. So nibble on some stuff. Right? Here we go. This is for you. Yes. Jan fam, shut the fuck up about the drinking. I haven't had a drink all day. I've been waiting to have a drink with you. Okay? So take it easy. There we go. And a shot of whiskey for me is nothing. My liver tells me so. Or is it kidney? Or is it whatever? Liver. Okay. Yeah. You know what? And the conversation, Jan fam, it's boring. You've made your point. I mean, do you really want me to remember you as the guy who always bitches about the drinking? I mean, go get a life. Come on. Think about something else. It's boring. Yeah, so the point is when you're drinking water, see, I'm trying to talk about something interesting, but you got to bring up the fucking drinking. Pissing me off. Don't drink just water. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. Eat something and drink a little bit. Okay? There you go. So, let's go on to something else. It's summertime. It's hot as hell, and I've had a lot of fun this weekend. I went to my in-laws' house. They live a little bit in the country. I made a video. I'm always making videos, man. I just don't put them up. So many videos, so many beautiful videos. I wanted to show you. Let me see if I can show you. I don't know if this is ready yet, but I wanted to show you. Oh, it's not ready yet. Oh, I'm still downloading stuff on my phone. So yeah, let's back up to some practical information. Okay, so I have an iPhone. What the hell is it? This is the iPhone 6. Good morning. Hey, how you doing, Chris? Crisscross. I always say crisscross, but it's not really crisscross. It's cross. Okay, hey, go to bed, get some sleep. This is an iPhone 6. It cost me money. The way you buy phones in Japan is I'm sure it's the same all over the world. iPhone people, they team up with some local provider, and you pay monthly a certain amount of money until it's paid off. It usually takes about 2 years. So you pay about $20 a month on top of your phone bill for 2 years until it's paid off. Okay, that's usually how it's done. Okay. Now I had the iPhone 6, and I was with SoftBank, and I was paying for me and my wife's monthly, bill about 15,000 yen, about $150 for 2 people. Okay. I don't know if that's expensive, but I did realize that a lot of other people were paying less than that. This is my daughter's Minnie Mouse ears. There, that's what my daughter has me do. She's like, Daddy, put on the Minnie Mouse. And then she says, Minnie-chan. So there you go. Just for you guys. Just to show you I'm a good father. I'm willing to look ridiculous for my daughter. Okay? But not for you. So let's get back to it. So I noticed that other people were paying less for their iPhone, their monthly stuff. And I started looking around, and I looked at a few other companies, like 3 other companies. Everybody's charging less. And I have a Wi-Fi that I use for live streaming and stuff, and using my GoPro. So I don't even really need the maximum, the gigabytes. And I'm not paying for it. I'm only paying for 2 gigabytes a month. Okay, so it's very, very cheap. And it's very minimal, right? So I went to the AU. So yeah. And a lot of these companies, they offer not just iPhones, they also offer your house internet. Okay, so I am with AU's version, the AU's house internet, and I'm paying like $50 a month for internet, and it's super, super fast. I upload 100 gigabyte ASMR video last week. It took me, I think, maybe 30 minutes, maybe 40 minutes. Yeah, it was pretty good. 100 was like, I think it was actually 89, but yeah, anyway, it was big as hell. So I uploaded that. And so anyway, I have very, very fast internet at home. And AU, we pay AU for that. But my iPhone is with SoftBank, a different company, right? They also own baseball teams, by the way. Another strange thing about Japan is that teams are not by city, although they live in a city, but they're owned by companies. So instead of like in America, you would have the New York Yankees. You wouldn't have the New York Yankees. You'd have the Google Yankees or the GM G Yankees, or whatever the hell big companies in New York. Anyway, back to the conversation. So I went to AU, and but first I went to SoftBank, and I tried to get my rate down, because I said, why am I paying so much? Because other people are paying like $30 a month, and I'm paying 150 for 2 people. And they said, well, why don't you change over your home provider over to us, and then we could reduce everything really cheap. And that was it. And I thought, well, that's kind of a pain in the ass, because I would have interrupted internet service, and they were offering some kind of like air service. Like, it wasn't anything that connected, plugged into the wall, and it wasn't Hikari fiber. What is that? It wasn't. What's the goddamn fastest one with the cables, with the wires, with the fiber optics, something like that. It wasn't that kind. It was just like air. Okay, it was Wi-Fi. It was really good Wi-Fi, but it was slower. So I talked to the wife, and she said, fiber optics, yeah. So instead of that, she said, why don't we just say, screw SoftBank and go over to AU and just change our phones to AU, and then have a package, because they offered a package. They said, if you get the phone and the internet together, it'll all be cheaper. Right? Thanks for Jan Fam. Great. Another. Yeah. Okay. Great. Obvious stuff. No, you're right, but that's not the situation we're talking about here. So, anyway, so what we did was I went to AU, and they said, okay, if you come to AU, do you want to use another phone, or do you want to keep your phone? I said, I want to keep my phone. My phone's fine. And I just had the camera fixed, because I had insurance, and the camera was broken, and they fixed the camera for free, because I'm insured. It's an iPhone 6, and it's the big kind, right? Right, look at that. It's a big kind. It's the iPhone 6 Plus. So the guy says, okay, look, you can keep your phone if you want, but what we can do is, if you agree to start a contract with us and get on this plan, you have to buy the iPhone 7, okay? But it's free, right? But it's cheaper than if you just continue with your own phone. For some reason, they had this weird campaign where it would actually cost me more money. Really? Food for thought. Oh, I thought you said she has. No. You shocked me. I thought you said she has. I don't think that's ever going to happen. I would be shocked. I don't even watch her. I don't care. But we'll talk about her in a minute. Okay, we'll come back to that. Anyway, AU says, if you get this iPhone 7, and if you get the iPhone 7, we won't charge you anything, and you'll pay like $40 a month, and it's a good deal. And just because you already have the internet, our internet in your house. So we thought, that's a pretty good deal. And then I went to this other company called UQ or something, and they would make you. They were even cheaper, but they would make you buy your own phone, and they only had iPhone 6s, which is a little bit older. So then we went to then we thought, well, I'd like to get Yoko's mom a smartphone because she's using the old flip phone. I can't even say it, flip phones. And we went to another AU store, a bigger one, and they're like, we can beat all those deals. We will give you back. We will pay. Oh yeah. By the way, when you quit a company in Japan, when you quit, if you break the contract, you got to pay $100 to break the contract, plus like a 3,000 service fee. So it's like $150 to break the contract. So AU says we will cover those losses, plus we'll give you a bonus on top. Plus we'll give you the iPhone 8 for free. It's only 64 gigabytes, but it's fine because I'm always carrying around a camera anyway, and this will just force me to carry around my GoPro, which I usually do anyway. It's not a big deal. So we were like, okay, we'll do that. So anyway, today after like 2 hours, we ended up canceling our SoftBank and getting two of these iPhone 8s for free. We don't have to pay any of those extra fees for 2 years. And this will cost me, I believe, $30 a month now, right? And my wife's $30 a month. And on top of that, I got grandma. We call her grandma now because we got kids. She's really my mother-in-law. We got her a phone too, and it's a much simpler model because they're like worried they can't use the complicated iPhone because they're older and they're not used to tech and stuff. And we got them phones too. So I'll be paying like $90 a month now for 3 phones. And they're modern. And we can keep our own phones. And they gave us back $400. So I ended up paying $260 to quit. Oh, I must have asked it something. I have to pay $260 to quit SoftBank, but AU will give me $400 for joining them on top of 2 free phones and cheaper monthly fee. And we're actually even getting more minimum gigabytes per month. There are other companies that are actually cheaper, but this is a pretty good deal, and it's all because we have AU in the house as well. So anyway, there are really if you look around, there are super cheap deals out there. So look around before you get a smartphone here in Japan. But once you do get one, and I've got a student who every 2 years she switches companies because she knows that they will give you these deals. Now, Torak says, let me, excuse me. Let me say hello to the comments. Torak says something. Personally, I'd rather pay for a phone outright. And then pay separate for network connections. Actually, a lot of people do that. A lot of people feel the same way. The other weird thing about Japan is that most people prefer to pay for things in cash. Okay, let's go back and look at some of your comments real quick. Hey, Tai Naka, how you doing? Hey, Mr. Pickles, how you doing? Always good to see your face. Hey, Polite Fan is not here today. Polite Fan has cancer, and he's getting a major operation tomorrow. So, although I'm not a religious person, I would, if any of you want to, send him your thoughts. He is a hardcore give me a break man supporter. He's got a Moron Army T-shirt, and he's a Trump supporter. We've disagreed on that point, but not so much on that point that he just thinks that my opinion is like I'm too hard-headed with I don't know. I think he feels like I'm arrogant about my opinion, but who is it? Whatever. It's my opinion. Come on. I mean, it's just my opinion. Of course, I like my opinion. But. Okay, Internet Cashper says, so what's up? How you doing? What's up? Jan Fam says not alive. I don't know what that means, but I'm actually dead. J-Vlog, he's another guy living in Japan. He's a good guy. I don't know. I haven't checked out your channel in a while. Let me know if you're still active. It talks about, yeah, of course, Hiko Simon is off duty. He's off on vacation today. We're going to go talk about the news in a minute. Jan Fam is poking fun at me about the whiskey again. Shuffle replay. Hi, Victor. Hey, how you doing? Tarak. Hi. Hola. Hola, señorita, ¿cómo estás? ¿De qué país es todo? ¿Es mexicana, creo? Me olvidé. Anyway, I think she's Mexican. I'm not sure. I might have forgotten. Mr. Pickle Summer is giving up here in London. Oh, that's good. Well, good for you. Really? Already? I heard that in Japan, it starts snowing on Mount Fuji, on the top of Mount Fuji, towards the end of August, which I think is pretty goddamn amazing. Let me see. Tarek says, meanwhile, in Australia, it snowed last night. I guess she's in Australia. There we go. I'm wrong about the Mexican thing. She just said hola for some reason. I mean, at work, I wish I could drink with you. Yeah. Well, you shouldn't drink at work. You shouldn't drink at all. That's a French bulldog, I think. That's cool. Put a pinch of pink salt and lemon or lime juice in the water. Yeah, that would probably help. Drink with you, okay? Corey's Nagoya is so hot. It is really miserable. It's about 96 degrees, but it's really, really humid. You go outside and I'm changing sweat t-shirts 2 or 3 times a day. Let's see, konbanwa. Hey, TS Boo. I like the topic of alcohol. Hey, need the electrolytes and salts. Good morning. I have to work tonight. I'm about to bed. See you. Send me one of my phones. No, if it's old, no. Actually, my kids are gonna get the phones, and we'll just use them in the internet for the internet in the house. Because the other thing is they didn't want the phones back. They're like, you want to buy them back? Because often they'll ask you, well, we can buy them back, and they didn't want them, so they said, no, we'll still give you the money. I would like to see the random videos. Oh man, I have so many random videos. I gotta show you. I wanted to show you guys. I don't even know if what do I got on here? Let me see what I got here. I got some really old shit, man. Let me see. This is 2012. What's here? That's an old TOEIC lesson. Oh, these are all English lessons, so these are not interesting. Yeah, these are not. These are all made videos. So, let's peanut butter. What is this? Yeah, I made a video about peanut butter once, but I never mixing peanut butter with shit. And I never put it up. Let's see. Is there anything interesting here?
Sure enough, cheap.
No. Let's see. Ise Jingu. That's super. Oh, wow. That's really old shit. Oh. Oh, look at that. Maybe I'll show you that in a minute. Okay. Sorry. Hangers. What is this about? Oh, wow. Damn it. Yeah, look at that. That's all. Okay, you can't see what I'm looking at, so this is just selfish of me. Let me get back to it. Speaking of hot, I fucked up today and turned on the AC to heat instead of cool. Oh yeah, that's bad. Yeah, so in Japan, the ACs are like they're like bisexual. They're both heaters and air conditioners. So you got to be careful. And also dry. They dry things out. Hiya, fiber optics. Yes, fiber optics. Simulcast H, Ethernet. Yeah, I don't think it's Ethernet. I think it's something else. Once upon a time, people lived with iPhones, and with smartphones, and it was a beautiful time. I'm actually from that generation where people did not have phones growing up. Slower Wi-Fi is no bueno. Yes, every company has a last stand person that gives the secret deals. You gotta say I want out, then no risk it. Yeah, I guess you're right. The guy that we had today actually used to work for SoftBank, and now he works for AU. And he was great. He did his job. He was amazing. He was actually talking to the SoftBank companies. He's from AU, right? And he was talking to the SoftBank companies at the same time. Like he had a phone in each ear, and he was holding it like this. He was like, it's pretty funny. That looked sexual for some. We pay $80 a month for 3 phones and share 20 gigabytes. That's not bad. We have never used a 20 gigabytes a month, and we were all on the internet all the time. Well, that's pretty good. Okay, food for thought. Kaz Kanerjee admitted that she only pretended to be Muslim to impress Rhodey, and has she confessed that she made sock puppet accounts to attack Rachel and Charlotte. I was thinking about her again today, only because I was going to do the show, and she sent a privacy complaint to me, and she had basically YouTube contacts me and says, we're going to give you 48 hours to get rid of that video, or we're going to review the video and decide what to do, and you might lose the video. And the video that she's talking about is actually, I wonder if I could just show it to you. Could I show it? I guess I could show it, but yeah, it's you know what it would just be drama for me to show up. Let me explain it to you real quick. The video that she complained about is a hanami where she and Charla and all the old YouTubers are there. I don't think Rachel and June were there yet, but they might. No, I don't think they were there. But Mime was there, Tokyo Sam was there, Hiko Simon was there. Tons of people were there. And because she was fairly large at that time, I don't know why, but we let her give a speech, and Charlotte too. They gave little speeches to everybody. So while she's giving her speech, saying, thank you for coming, that kind of shit, that's what it was. I think it was just thank you for coming, because she helped attract people to it. I think that's what it was. Anyway, at that time, everybody had their iPhone out or their cameras out, and they were filming her. And as you pan around during the time that she's complaining about, because the complaint had a specific 1 minute period that said, we want you to edit this out of the video. She's standing there with no Muslim headdress, of course, and everyone is filming her. Okay. And it's just ridiculous for her to pretend that she didn't mind, because she's sitting there giving a speech with tons of cameras around her. So that's ridiculous. So I could fight it, but I don't care I just don't care right now. It's old news. Those videos don't get any views. You know what? I forgive her. I don't believe her. I still think she lied, but whatever. I think she's a weak person, and she did something wrong, and she's too proud to admit it, and she's never going to, and that's fine. So whatever. So it's kind of you get tired of just bringing up the fact that someone is weak. Well, what's the point? That's the way she is. Now, did she become Muslim to impress Rodi? I don't know. I don't care. I will say this about that. The whole thing is that she was a really big YouTuber before that. I never really understood why, because I never found her videos all that compelling. But whatever. Here's the truth. What she did was basically YouTube suicide, and the only reason I suspect this Muslim weirdness is, which nothing against Muslims any more than against any religion. I mean, the fact that you would do anything because of religion, in my mind, is just silly, especially if it means hurting yourself, because that's basically what she did by becoming Muslim and erasing all those videos. She basically shot herself in the butt, committed YouTube suicide, and lost thousands and thousands of dollars. So hey, how you doing, Nico? Nico's here. So that's the only reason I suspect that maybe she's actually sincere about her beliefs, or she's just what's the other option? I mean, we can argue that all religion is some sort of insanity. So would it be more insulting to say she's just crazy? Or is she's just so proud that she just can't admit that it's all bullshit? I don't know. And I don't really worry about it. Anyway, so food for thought, I don't know. Kenajin is old news. Yeah. I don't know what's happening with her channel. I will show you something that you can check if you're really, for those of you who are really interested in this shit, which is really just silliness. There's a site called what's it called? Social Blade. And let me see if I can find it. Let me see. Here it is. This is Social Blade. Okay. And on Social Blade, you can look up people. So what's her name? Kanajin3. You can see Kanajin3, and it'll show you her YouTube, what are these other things? Twitter and her Twitch. Okay, she's doing Twitch. Okay. And I'll show you how many views she's got. So she's got 2 million video views now on YouTube. But I'm pretty sure that she had like maybe 20 times more than that. Okay. And here you can see her stats. And I have not done this in a long time. Oh, wow. Look at that. So she's losing about 500 subs a month. And 26,000 views a month. She must be erasing videos. How do you lose views? I don't know. I think that must mean she's erasing videos, or maybe videos are being removed. And she's getting about 800 videos views a day, which is pretty poor. That's about that's less than me. That's okay. That's less than me. And I'm on Give Me a Break, man, and I make about $1 a day, maybe $1.50. It's not much, It's not much. I make more on these live shows when you guys donate shot money, but that's about it. That's not a hint. I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you the truth. Let's switch over to a different alcohol. Here's something else that's funny about Japan. So this is a bottle of Old Grand Old Par. I don't know if I told you this, but last month I came across someone told me that you could sell empty bottles of whiskey on Merukari, and I looked it up, and it's true. I don't know what this is worth, if anything, but isn't that funny? So I don't know who buys them, but I guess some people think it's cool to have empty bottles of certain alcohols. Not even just Merukari. It could be like champagne, like the Dom Perignon and stuff. I think that goes like for $30 a bottle. So maybe what people are doing, they're buying like expensive bottles of whiskey and then filling them up with cheap whiskey. I don't know what they're doing. Okay, let's see. Let's go down here. Thanks. It's gonna be a fun story. Looks like a hardcore Muslim. Why do you think she's pretending? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe she's being sincere. Older people tend to like flip phones. Yes. And here's the other thing about flip phones in Japan. Yeah, I prefer the other whiskey. After having knob, I like the knob. After having knob, the other whiskey doesn't taste as good. Otherwise, I wouldn't even notice. So in 1 or 2 years, they're going to phase out all flip phones. They're just going to stop making them and selling them and servicing them in Japan. So that's another reason I got my mother-in-law a smartphone. Food for thought says Rhodey. Yeah, Rhodey's funny. Rhodey had a big he had a big hard on for me, in the negative way, because of some shit that I brought up regarding Canada gin back in the day. He used to give me shit all the time. He actually made a video about that guy Paul Logan. What's a Logan Paul? And he said he's a scumbag. Like Logan Paul's a scumbag. Like, give me a break, man. I'm like, what? Where'd that come from? It was completely unrelated person there. We're gonna look here. Let's go to Yahoo. I'll talk about some crazy shit there in a minute. Let's go back to your comments. I got nothing against Rhodey though. I think he's a little slow, but he makes good videos. I mean, he's a little slow in that he got fooled by Canada Gin 3, but he makes some really cool videos. So I've got nothing against him. So Rhodey, I'm sure you're never going to see this, but I mean, he's culturally not perfectly Western, so he made the mistake of comparing what was the guy's name, Ryan Boundless, to a Nazi. And that's when I called him out. I said, dude, I mean, he put a swastika on his head. And I said, you can't do that. You can't do that. There's a line, and that's crossing the line. And I was walking down the street drunk and yelling at him into a camera just for fun because I enjoy it. Because she's a layer. I wouldn't. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We're talking about her again. Only $150. Is that if you've already paid for the phone? Yeah. That's 2 phones, by the way. Now it's $90. It's even cheaper. You would need to pay me to use an iPhone. Well, here's the other thing. I have an iPhone because it's easy to use, and I don't care about learning how to use another phone. I have Mac because they're easy to use, and I just don't want to be bothered with learning how to use something else, and I can afford it. A lot of people go all crazy, like, oh my god! Like, I actually made an unboxing video about an iMac, and some crazy person clicked on it to complain about it. Why are you spreading this? Screw off. Millions of people buy iPhones and iMacs every year. Really, if you don't like them, then don't buy one. That's all you have to do. And if you don't like them, don't click on the videos. Silly. Personally, I'd rather pay for phone. We already talked about that. Okay. What type of cancer? I don't know. I forgot. I want to say throat cancer, but I don't know. Anyway, he's getting an operation, and I wish him the best. And I hope I sent him a letter, or a note, a letter, a note. How you doing, man? Let's see. I got to get yourself a Moron Army T-shirt. I am so happy with Trump's trade war with China. Really? You know who's paying for that, right? We're paying for that. But apparently, I read that he actually could be hurting China's upward mobility with that. But he's hurting it at the same time as he is hurting the U.S. The only difference is that maybe we will be able to overcome that damage, and China will be maybe more hamstrung by it. I don't know. In Japan, they would not let you unlock phones before, but now they do. I've never tried, so I don't know the details. Hey, Asian movie enthusiasts, I like to leave my cell phone at home sometimes when I go out. It feels like, so yeah, you know what? Me too. I just leave it. I just bring my camera. And you know what I was thinking about today was, I haven't made a video or even been on really YouTube for a couple days. And I went over to my in-laws, and they live out in the country, and I just walked around. We spent the day bug hunting, seriously, bug hunting. And just a minute, that reminds me. Yeah, let me show you some crazy shit, man. Let me show you some crazy shit. Bro, yeah. Oh, is this gonna work? Yeah, I think I can do this. Watch this. Check this out. Here we go. You guys see that? Okay, see that? This is my photographs. This is new pizza, I think from Domino's, and it's Mexican style, and it's really good. It doesn't look good. It looks like a cheap pizza, but it's actually really good. Domino's just started selling that. And this is my son, and he got, as you can see, he has a, can I blow this picture up? No. He has a semi, or a cicada. He's completely he's not scared of any of these things at all. And he brings all these bugs home, so he grabs them. And then he got this other thing, and I put it on my Instagram. Follow me on Instagram, by the way. Show me. Let me see. Yeah, look at him. He's just grabbing it there. He's completely fine. He's completely fine. Look at that. Let me switch this way so you can see better. Right. Anyway, there's Grandma. What's this over here? Oh, here's another bug that he found. I better make sure that nobody's walking around in their underwear in any of these videos. Oh, there's my wife in her pajamas in the back. Oh, this is a fun video. Check this out. I haven't showed anyone this, but this is just a slow-mo. One reason I like the iPhones is we got a slow-mo thing. And you can see this. It's just silly, I know, but yay. She's actually enjoying herself. Okay, let's see. She loves eating. Okay, here's another bug. Yeah, here's another wild bug. Check this thing out. It looks scary, but it's actually pretty safe. And look, my son's like racing them here. Anyway, and it's gotten to the point where my son's not scared, so neither am I. I'm like, how can I be scared if my son can pick them up so bravely? So this is a Golmadata Kamikiri. Okay. Anyway, and yeah. Let me show you something else. I'll show you something else in a minute. Let's drop this out here. Hold on a second here. Let's plug in the other phone. I'll show you something pretty cool. I think it's on this phone. I'm not sure. Yeah, let's see on that. Anybody there? Okay, Tiananmen Square. How are you doing? Anniversary's coming up, huh? Let's see what else we got here. Let's close this down. Just a minute, please. So I don't know how to use this phone yet completely. Okay. Trust this computer. Yeah. The new iPhone 8 is a little bit different. Tour de France. Oh yeah, the Tour de France. This is a present from. Actually, this was a present from one of my students who went to France, and she got me a hat and a shirt and like a whole set. That was pretty cool. Why do so many young people, Japanese people, support Abe? They don't. Most people don't care about politics at all. Yeah. So, I mean, many do, but many is such a vague number. So, what do you think about mass shootings are happening in Europe, but not in other parts of the world like Japan? Well, because they don't have guns here. And, I'll tell you about that in a minute. How many other comments here? Let me back here. Let me go here. No, not the bugs. Shitting on your floor. Yeah. Insects are disgusting. Yeah, okay. They're pretty fascinating, I think. Okay. Rhodey is an idiot who used Canada Gin to get subs. So both are morons, but that kind of crap, not the king. Yeah. Let me see. Eric Bailey says, my wife is trying to do that. What? Trying to do what? I used to buy expensive whiskey. She hasn't had any luck. Oh yeah, good luck with that. Let me know if you make any money. 5. Really? Did you donate money? Hey, thanks a lot. Did you? I'm not looking at the actual page here. Dude, that's too nice. Let me look. I'm not even looking at my actual YouTube page here. Just a second. Okay. Let me look over here. Oh, yeah. Just a minute, please. I do want to talk about some news, some more interesting news in a minute. Oh, thanks, man. Thank you, Nico. Too nice. Let's talk about some actual news here. And I'm taking care of your Wi-Fi when you come over, figuring that out. Let's see. Yeah, I want to show you some other shit, some other cool shit, but just a minute. Let me see. Let me import some stuff. Import all new items. Okay, cool. Okay, ready? So let's talk about some news. And let me show you a screen here. Share screen. We're going to talk about this screen here. Yeah. All right. This is a commercial. Let me see. Okay. First of all, I hate Yahoo News, but for some reason, I always click on it to see what kind of bullshit is happening in the States. Now, the big news that I felt like it should have been bigger, but it wasn't, was, God damn it, where is it? Where is the politics? Is it in the politics section? Yeah, Jeffrey Epstein's death. Wow, I did not. Well, as soon as that happened, I thought, of course. Oh, and this is a request by Jan Pham. Good. Yeah, man, that's crazy. Isn't that crazy? And of course, the craziest thing is Trump retweeting a conspiracy theory about the Clintons somehow being involved with his death, which is just conspiracy theory bullshit. The funny thing I think about conspiracy theories is that I feel like the people who believe in those things also think that Hollywood is full of shit, but I also feel like Hollywood made them more prone to believe that kind of crazy shit because it can happen in a movie, so maybe it can happen in real life. I don't know what happened there. I would say that the Clintons probably have very little power these days, and why would anyone help the Clintons? Because they're not going anywhere. They're never going to be in power anymore. So it wouldn't. There's no reason to help them. So I think it would be pretty hard for the Clintons to get this guy killed if they wanted to. However, Trump has a much better a reason and opportunity and chance. The word I'm looking for is motive. He has more motive than anyone else. and other people. There are other people who also have more motive and who have maybe the cash to get him killed off. But it's interesting that he hung himself. I'm imagining it's probably just suicide. I'll also tell you something that's kind of. I know it's not a popular opinion at all. He's not technically a pedophile. I just want to point that out. I don't know what that's called. I forgot what it's called. Let me look it up. What do you call attraction to teens? It's not pedophilia. It's something that's ephebophilia. Ephebophilia. Okay, there we go. Is the primary sexual interest in mid to late adolescence, 15 to 19, which I'm not encouraging at all, and I'm not saying is good at all, but you have to admit it's completely different from wanting to have to being sexually attracted to a 5-year-old or a 3-year-old, which is what pedophilia is. Anywhere, pre-pubescent, right? So this word pedophilia is thrown around a bit loosely. Also remember that in many countries, including Japan, you can get married to someone at 15. And it's completely accepted by society, and it has happened. In fact, there's some. I don't want to get into details, but there are some famous people here who got married, and all of society have said, cool, congratulations, no problem." So that attraction to teens is not biologically, or even historically, or even socially as disgusting as Western media would make you believe. And of course, how old was Mary? The theoretical, fictional, maybe not fictional, mother of Jesus, right? Wasn't she supposed to be like 14 or 15? Which means God is also guilty of what is this called? Ephebophilia. Ephebophilia, right? So yeah, that's yeah. Okay. Eric Bailey, don't make me defend. How can you defend Trump? I don't understand how anyone can defend Trump. I mean, he's just crazy. Why would any president act the way he does? Why would any president hold up an orphan and then give the thumbs up? A baby's parents were just killed. This guy has no clue as to how a real human being should act. Yeah, you can try defending Trump all you want, but it wouldn't matter. There's very little Trump has done that impresses me at all. If anything, the only thing he's done is unite people against him. 1989 Tiananmen Square. Epstein was murdered. It's pretty obvious. Yeah. Well, maybe. What if he committed suicide? I mean, it's not. I mean, you don't know. You don't know. The truth is nobody knows. But it was pretty shocking news. So. And apparently he did try committing suicide. Look, didn't he try committing suicide like 12 days ago, and then they took him off suicide watch, and then he did it again? So if he actually tried the first time, and it was a sincere attempt, then what makes you think he wouldn't try again, right? And if the first time wasn't an attempted suicide and it was a murder attempt, then why wouldn't he say, "Hey, someone's out to murder me"? Why wouldn't he get that news out? The guy's rich. The guy could tell his lawyer, "Hey, do something. Someone's trying to murder me." But he didn't. So Bob Lazar is legit. Who is Bob Lazar? Bob Lazar. Bob Lazar. Who is that? American pyrotechnician. What are you talking about? Flying Saucer. Oh, Flying Saucer. Area 51? Oh, that sounds cool. I don't know about Bob Lazar, but he sounds cool. Huh. I'll have to read about him later. Okay. Thank you. That sounds interesting. Anyway. So that's, Epstein. I don't have anything to say about that, except I just wish our president could stop tweeting shit out that doesn't make any sense. Yeah. Someone asked me about shooting. Is there a way to do searches on this thing? Let me see. Hold on. Where is the question? Okay, here's the question. Why do you think mass shootings are happening in the US but not other parts of the world like Japan? It's actually a good question. Japan does have guns. You can buy a gun. If I wanted to, I could go to the trouble of getting a hunter's license and having a gun. You can keep a gun in Japan, but here's the difference. In Japan, if you have a gun, you have to tell the police where the gun is, what room in the house. You have to give them a layout map, what are those called? A blueprint of your house. Tell them what room that gun is in. And you have to put the ammunition in a different room, and they both have to be locked. And you have to tell the cops where both are. Okay, so there are all these rules. They keep everything clear and safe. So you can have guns. Of course, illegal guns do get into Japan occasionally, but they're very rare. The cops in Japan too do carry guns, and I think the other day, some crazy guy stabbed a cop and stole his gun, and they're still looking for it. I don't know whatever happened with that, but guns exist, but it's pretty rare. Now, there are crazy people everywhere in the world, and you're never going to stop any of them. But if you have guns so readily available, that's the easiest way to go if you're a crazy person and you want to do a lot of damage, right? So there are crazy people in Japan, but they usually use knives or some other thing, something else that's a little bit easier, like a car. And you'll never be able to stop these people, but you can slow things down. Making guns easily accessible makes it just easier to kill a lot of people. I don't understand the United States obsession with the Second Amendment. The amendment, we've had other amendments that we've changed in the past. We've had other situations. I mean, come on. The Constitution was, when the Constitution was founded, slavery was legal, and nobody thought, well, that's not how we started this country. We've got to protect slavery. No one ever said that. Well, actually, they did, and we had a war about it. So maybe that's what it takes. It's going to take another civil war, right? But to be realistic, to be completely realistic, you're never going to get rid of guns in America. So I'm not even suggesting that. But it would be nice. Yeah, in Switzerland, look at Switzerland. Switzerland, everybody has guns, but everyone has training and everyone keeps them locked up, right? And they don't have this kind of problem. They do have suicide in Switzerland. People do take the gun out and blow their own heads off, but they don't go on rampages and kill a lot of people. So, yeah, protect us from the terror. So, Khalifa, this is the original idea, but remember the Second Amendment says in a regulated militia. That means trained. Okay, it doesn't mean everybody has a gun and they can do whatever they want with it. So. Everyone's, it's just the fact that everyone's scared. If everyone has a gun, look, I'll be honest. If everyone on my block had a gun, and I'm the only one who didn't have a gun, you'd have to be almost crazy or really brave not to have a gun at that point. So, Clem F. Fandango says most Americans are morons. The vast majority of them think heaven and hell are real. Yeah, I agree with that part. But what can you do? The weird thing about religion is that you can't argue with people who are religious because they bring up the Quran or they bring up the I just forgot the name. The Bible, not the what's the Jewish one? The Bible, the Quran, and the oh my God, the Torah. Is it the Torah? No. Is it the Torah? Yeah, the Old Testament. It's the same. Yeah, hold on. So those books are if you base your beliefs on books that you think God wrote, then it's impossible to argue with you because most people would just say those books were written by men. So if you think they're written by God and other people are written by men, then you're just arguing from two different points of view. So it's just pointless. But as soon as someone says, but the Bible says, but the Quran says, then you're not going to get anywhere. So there's nothing you can do about that. William Alexander says, Athena, I believe what is this? Mishnah and Talmud, Zohar, oh, well, all these books. The Torah. Yeah, the Torah. It was the Torah. Okay, I was right. So I'm not a citizen of Japan. I am an American. Until very recently have I even considered becoming Japanese. Changing my citizenship. Hey, Kiki Lang, good to see you. One of my favorite commenters. I should be cleaning up the kitchen. My wife is upstairs cleaning the bathroom while I'm downstairs and watching picture. Better not get caught. Kiki Lang makes excellent comments. They're really thoughtful and interesting. And sometimes I didn't even know if it was a man. Sometimes I thought it was you're a woman sometimes because Kiki sounds like a woman. But it doesn't matter. Your comments are really good. But sometimes you erase them, and it's really frustrating for me because I thought, oh, that was such a good comment. Why did you erase them? I mean, they're almost works of art sometimes. Let's see. Oh, Athena, are you a Japanese citizen? No, I'm not. There's where that question is. He a creep, but still sad. Oh, this Epstein guy? Yeah, he's a creep. Let's change this picture. Let's go to something else in a minute. But here's the thing about guns in America. A lot of people says the right to bear guns shall not be impeded against, right? But you have to remember it's in a regulated militia. And what is wrong with just knowing who has a gun and training people to have guns and providing insurance for people who have guns? Things like that, just to make it a little bit more difficult. Of course, if you're crazy and you really want to kill a lot of people, you're going to find a way to do it. But if you have just a slightly makes it a little more difficult, you won't stop everybody, but you will slow it down and you'll stop some people. But you're never going to get rid of guns forever. That's for sure. When someone breaks in your house and you're running into two different rooms to assemble your gun, it's a hassle. But okay, that's the other reason. That's the other reason Japan doesn't have this problem. Because Japan doesn't have people breaking into your houses. We don't have home invasions. It's very rare. You know when people burst into your house here? When no one's home. They watch your house. When you leave, someone might try to break in. And that's extremely rare. It has happened in my neighborhood. But it's never happened to me, and I've been here 27 years as of last week. I've never been robbed. I had 2 bicycles stolen, okay? Parked out in public. Left overnight. I got drunk one time and decided to take the subway home because I didn't want to ride my bike. I don't remember. But the point is, this is another reason America has a bigger problem, because we have a bigger disparity between the rich and the poor. And Japan has a much bigger middle class. Even people who are rich here consider themselves middle class, and people who are kind of poor still consider themselves middle class. And you can get things. We have a socialized system here that takes care of shit. If you have kids in Nagoya, the government pays for all your kids' medical bills for the first, I think, 3 years, 5 years. Anyway, for a while, so you don't have the burden of wondering how to take care of your kids, because at least they're going to be taken care of. And starting next year, they're even going to pay for nursery school, which right now I'm paying over $600 a month. When my first kid was born, man, I was paying $600. It's actually cheaper to send my kid to private high school than to send him to nursery school. $600 a month. That's crazy. But starting next year, next year, the government's going to pay for that. So, and health insurance. If you don't have to worry about your health insurance, that's a big weight off your shoulders. So America has all these inequalities, economic inequalities, that separate people and cause people to, and at the same time, it pushes wealth at you every day with the Kardashians and all the bullshit that rich people have. You see on the media all day, and of course, you want that shit, right? I want that. I want to drive that super expensive car, and I want to live in that house and fly in a private jet. So people steal because they want the things that they cannot afford, cannot have. But in Japan, they don't have that. So, yeah. Japanese are just, there's more equality here, economic equality, and that takes away the reason to want to rip each other off. Mr. Blackspoon, your name looks familiar. I know your name. How the fuck do I know your name? Yeah, I don't know. I'm glad I met you. Um, Let me see. My daughter's coughing. So I think something should be done about guns. I don't know exactly what. The buyback program that Biden is offering, I thought he was pretty gutsy to say, yeah, we're coming for your guns. And he offered a buyback program. But I think a lot. One of the biggest problems is that we have the wrong mentality about guns. We want to protect guns more than our children. I mean, what is it? 33,000 people in America every year are killed by guns, and hundreds of children. Even if you say, well, those are all gang members and shit. Well, what about the kids? What about the children who didn't do anything? A brother blows away his sister. That's all just crazy. If you really want to kill a lot of people, use sarin. You know how difficult sarin is to make? It's really hard. By the way, Quint Ranking, good man. He said something about Bernie Sanders the other day. I disagreed, and then he decided I was right. And he came back and said, yeah, I was wrong. And a man who can admit he was wrong, that's impressive. You don't see that a lot. Anyway, Victor's an atheist. What is this? So I show you he doesn't rag on Abrahamic religions. They're all yeah. If you have enough power and money, you pretty much can do whatever the hell you want. Now imagine you are ultra rich buddies could possibly be taken down because one person. You know what he's talking about exactly. I mentioned the Abrahamic religions mostly because those are the ones that are mostly in my part of the world, or causing problems in my not my part of the world, not Japan, but in the West, which is what I'm mostly interested in. Let me see. You can talk with religious people. It's possible. You can argue the history of the Bible, the proofs of Saint. Yeah, you can, but most people just say no. God wrote it. So anyway, yeah. So no, I'm not Japanese. Okay. Anyway, how you doing, Taiga? Oh, somebody please on the kids. This is an irrational argument. Okay, here's the Knight of Sidonia. That argument is ridiculous for this reason. Just because something just because people are still going to get the things that you ban doesn't mean it's okay. You shouldn't even try. I mean, you're basically saying don't even try because they'll find another way. So if you ban knives, and people will just use hammers. If you ban hammers, people will just use rocks. That's not an argument. You still have to try to do something. It makes it easier to use guns. It makes it easier. Guns are much easier to use than knives. Shooting someone from a meter away or 2 meters away is much harder than getting in there with a knife and getting blood all over yourself. So, and here's the other thing. What's your solution? You know what the solution is? It's a long-term solution, but you've got to create a society that doesn't pit us against each other and gives us no reason and takes away the stress that causes people to do shit like this. Like that guy in El Paso. Like he had some fucked up idea that Mexicans are going to take over America, that Latinos are going to people like me are going to take over America. So he's got to start killing them and start the race war. He's going to be the first one. Like that's just fucked up. And he was against racial mixing because it weakened race. I don't. It's the other thing about that is Latinos is not even a race. there are a lot of blue-eyed blonde Latinos. If you've ever been to a Latino country, there are a lot of Latinos who look just as white and Aryan as you, as anybody. So if you don't care enough, then you don't care enough. Just say it, though. Let me see. The shuffle play, then I suggest you shut your mouth, and if you don't have knowledge, you can argue with someone. You don't know. What's a shuffle play? Well, I'm looking at these comments all out of order. Let's move on to some other stuff that I think is crazy. Let's just go through this real quick. Oh, you know what? I'll give you something I don't talk about much and I often feel like I should make a video about. Maybe, what's it called? I use this place called AliExpress.com. Yeah. Okay. And let me see if I have an example of some shit that I buy there. Okay. I buy a lot of my recording equipment there. Oh, a lot of crazy shit like this. You see what this is? It's just a double-sided hook. And you peel off the back here and you stick it on something, right? Like so. And then you can use it again if you decide, you want to change the position. Anyway, very simple little thing. Cost me like 50 cents from this company, and the shipping is free, right? Things like this. This is a cage for a GoPro. Also much cheaper than Amazon. They sell a lot of really, really cheap shit for very, very little. I buy stuff like for my camera equipment, a lot of camera equipment, a lot of kitchen equipment. I bought these covers. Anyway, the point is that side is so useful. Oh, you know what? Let me show you something else. So this is one. Hold on. I'll show you the video I made. So that side, like, check this out, man. See this? These are all stickers. There's like 50 stickers. They're all like, these are DC. And here's some more. There's Iron Man's hand, right? These are all mixed up though. There's a Green Lantern. There's Captain America, but they're in the minion form. I don't know who that is. There's Thor. Is that female Thor? There's Thor with short hair. I think it's a female Thor. I don't know. Anyway, the point is, these cost me, like, you can get 50. There we go, 50 for $2, and the shipping is free. And it's a lot of fun. So, I had my headphones. My headphones were old and damaged, so I looked on that site, and I got replacement headphones for like $2. Just the ears, right? Just the ears were damaged, right? So all this weird shit microphones, right? Microphones for my GoPro, again, $3, $4. Right? Anyway, okay, so I'd rather live in a society where people can defend themselves with guns, rather than relying on the police. Wouldn't you rather live in a society where you don't need a gun? When you don't need to defend yourself because no one's going to come trying to kill you. Right? We'll fly from Kobe to Okinawa and back to in October. No. If you can afford to fly JAL, because they're great, but they're a little expensive. But they're great. They're really comfortable. Kobe to Okinawa, it's such a short flight. I would just take the cheapest thing. Yeah. The Chinese government actively pays for all shipping of AliExpress just to beat any international competition. Well, maybe you might be right, but I'll tell you what. I bought some magnetic darts that I use at my school with my students. We just have fun after class. And they were selling the same darts on Amazon for like $30, but I found them on AliExpress for like $6. 2 weeks later, I noticed that on Amazon they had dropped the prices down. So maybe people on AliExpress are also selling on Amazon. I don't know. But yeah, it's just a great site for cheap shit. Anything expensive like a GoPro, I would buy on Amazon. Expensive shit like hard drives and shit, I buy all my expensive stuff. I buy on Amazon. But little things, little like wires. Oh yeah, wire. Oh yeah, this is the greatest thing. Check this out. This is such a stupid thing to be happy about, but this is just a USB wire, okay, with 3 different connectors. One's a micro USB, one's an iPhone connector, and one's a USB-C. Right, so I can use it for my GoPro. Right, I can use it for my iPhone, and I can use it for my my Wi-Fi. I wouldn't plug them all in at the same time. So I charge everything with the same. It's $3. It's $3, and shipping is free. So they come in different lengths too. This bag, which I actually kind of a waste because I don't use it, but this bag is like, I'm going to use this bag to keep all my microphones in, but I haven't done anything with it yet. Anyway, that place is just useful. If check it out, just check it out. If you want to buy, if you need some, if you have like something wrong with your house and you want to replace it, like one little thing is missing, you break one wire or something. Check out the site; it's pretty useful. Let's see what else is going on here. Let's see comments. Only 40% of Americans own passports. Yeah, I think that's improved, but yeah. Why not live as the movie Mad Max then? If that's right, so where is the Charlotte? What is he talking about? Tiananmen Square. Everyone will always need to defend themselves with weapons. You can't control other people. Yeah, well, you can't control other people, but that sounds like a life of fear. Yeah. Anyway, that's sad if that's kind of life you have to lead. But the truth is, some people do have to lead that kind of life. Victor says, the answer is yes. No one here wants to kill. However, what you're asking for is utopia. It will never happen. I don't know what you're talking about. Victor, you need to learn the combat within about 5 minutes. The knife is more efficient than gun reaction time. Shit. Replace the second time in close space with a knife. Yeah, I think most people don't know that, Night of Zytopia. Dude, your icon is like some killer mask. Like, maybe you should relax a little bit. Most people don't live lives like that. Latinos get so much unnecessary hate. I am so white-skinned, but still get shit for being Latino. Anyway. Victor isn't a Latino. Look at him. He looks like an Italian Guido. I am an Italian Guido. What's the problem with that? You got a problem with that? Forget about it. Whatever. I don't know. Okay, let's talk about what's on Yahoo stupid news. Yahoo's so stupid. How a Georgia case set the stage for voter suppression. Oh, so apparently something's happening in Georgia. They stole votes. I don't know. Let me see. What's in the candidates' tax returns? I don't know I will tell you that's the double speak that Trump goes crazy about. I would like everyone to see my tax returns, but I'm not going to release them. Come on, you're hiding something. Why everyone in the world has released them except this guy? Whatever. Let's see. Beto O'Rourke, Trump talking about crowd sizes in El Paso shows how sick this guy is. I wouldn't say it shows he's sick. It just shows he has a lack of tact. He's a tactless person. People lost family, and he's talking about his crowd size. Always got to be about him. Words matter. Bloomberg says Trump rhetoric could encourage violence. Yeah, I think it does with certain people. I will say that you can't blame people for You can't blame Trump for what other people do. But if you know someone is crazy, it's best not to encourage them. It really isn't. I mean, it's kind of common sense. If you see a crazy man on the subway, what do? You avoid him. You don't shout shit that might upset him and make him do shit. I don't live in America, but I don't want to show my tax returns, and I shouldn't have to. It's my private affair. Yeah, unless you're the president of the United States. I think if you're the president of the United States, and California is passing some law that says no one can run for office unless you show them, because we need to know that you're clean. If he's not clean, why doesn't he show them? Nigel Zaikona, you haven't said anything that's worth responding to. I mean, you're talking about like hand-to-hand combat. No, nobody knows anything about that shit. You're talking about some crazy shit. Okay, you sound crazy. You just sound crazy. A knife can take out more people than a gun in close quarters. Yeah, I don't know, maybe, but that's my concern is not how many people I can kill in a close quarter fight. Jesus Christ, you just sound nuts, man. You sound like there's something wrong with you. If that's your concern. If you're obsessed with shit like that. I mean, don't misunderstand me. I'm the kind of guy that walks into a room and another guy walks in the room. One of the first thoughts I have is like, can I take this guy? Okay, that happened. I've got that, but I understand your testicular mentality, but I'm not. I've not gotten to the point of, okay, if I had a knife, I could take out half this room, or if I had a gun, I could take out. Why are you thinking that way? What's wrong with you? Let's see what else is going on here. Let's talk about marijuana real quickly. There was someone on my, I talked about marijuana the other day in one of these lives, and I mentioned that in Japan, marijuana is considered to be much worse than, as bad as anything else. It's like cocaine. It's like heroin. The Japanese equate it all to be all the same. And my personal experience with marijuana, with not personally with me, but what I've seen marijuana do with other people, is that generally speaking, in my completely personal and non-scientific experience, it's worse than alcohol. I've seen people drink casually, nothing happens, but people get high and they just can't do anything at all. Now, from a scientific point of view, first of all, from a social point of view, I think you should be allowed to do whatever the hell you want. If you want to smoke bananas or pot or drink, I think that's your right. It's your body. You can do whatever you want with it. Personally, I think being a pothead is not very efficient and not very. What's the word? You're not going to get anything done if you're high all the time. Okay, but there are people who are what do they call them? Functional alcoholics. Okay, there are a lot of famous alcoholics who did a lot, got a lot done, and some people also on pot. But generally speaking, I think you can get a lot more done drinking than you can high. But I will admit this. From what I've read, and I took a course in college years ago, talking about alcohol and drug and all these other drugs, and apparently, Kenshiro, thanks again. Really, thanks a lot, man. Most crime. Well, I shouldn't open that window up. Most crime is related when a crime takes place. The highest percent. How do I explain this? Alcohol plays more of a part in crime than marijuana. People smoke. I think marijuana is kind of less dangerous. How about that? I think marijuana is less dangerous than. Yeah, marijuana is less dangerous than Oh, wow, that's cool. Look at that. Marijuana is less dangerous than alcohol. I think alcohol gets people riled up and gets them angry, but I also think that you can't really accomplish much. If you become a pothead, your life is over. And I've known people like that. All they want to do is smoke pot. And I just think that's silly. Anyway, let me see what else is going on. Yeah, so I wrote that in a comment the other day, and some guy was, "Oh, dude, the marijuana. You've been in Japan too long. All the Japanese thing has gotten to you." But it's not about that, you know. And I did not say that. I was talking about the Japanese mentality anyway. But you know, I completely support your right to do whatever you want with your body. I really do. I think it's silly for the government to try to regulate all that, and they should legalize all that. So there you go. Let's see. What else we're talking about health care. I heard that Bernie was on the Joe Rogan show, and I heard it was a really good show. I got to check it out. I haven't seen it yet. Let's see. Walmart sells guns. That's interesting. Yeah, see, that's something that can be done that slows the proliferation of guns down. Proliferation of guns down a bit. If you make it harder to get guns by just not selling them everywhere, I think that helps. Bako pie, what did you say? I like bako pie. It's Dr. Crap. Fake video. Oh, that's what you said. Have you seen Beto laughing about the victims? No, I haven't. Really? I like to see that. Beto laughing about victims. I've seen him hugging victims and crying with victims. Laughing with? Please link me. Oh, here's one. 247 Sports News. Several leftists are caught in fact Beto laughing. He's an evil bastard. Okay, here we go. Okay, here's one. Let's see. Let's watch this together.
Incredibly saddened, and it is very hard to think about this. But I'll tell you, El Paso is the strongest place in the.
Okay, that's just a interpretation. I've been heartbroken before. I've been very upset before, and I've laughed and smiled because I don't know how to deal with it. And a lot of people deal with it that way. Yeah, so you can choose to think that, you know, he's being insincere. I personally I recognize this because I felt this way.
Incredibly saddened, and it is very hard to think about this.
You know, we can disagree here. There you go. So Tapia, I respect your opinion that you think it's fake. I think this is his way of dealing with this tragedy. Okay? The night of Sidonia, bitch, you are fucking with me. That's not what I was saying. You wanted utopia, and yet again, I don't know. Try making an argument that makes some sense, and I'll maybe respond to. Why are you always lying? Who's he talking to? You can have the knife, I'll have the gun. Here we go. Why do either of us have to have anything? See, that's my point. You don't need hemp in Japan, you have strong zero. That's true. I have strong zero. I see the same shadow boxes ad every time I go to Yahoo. They're pushing us hard for lots of shadow boxes. Never trust people with knight in their handle or any kind of Christian knight, crusader, icon, or blah, blah, blah. That's funny. You don't trust people who speak about freedom and liberty? If it's in their name, it becomes a bit heavy. Is a bit the point of weed to get high and relax? Yeah, that's fine. I think it's fine. Like I said, SAS Boss, I've got no problem with it. I just think if you really want to get stuff, if you want to accomplish shit in your life, you don't need either, right? And like I said, personally, I've seen people who become potheads and they can't do anything else. But I've seen other people who are alcoholics and they suffer, but they get shit done too. Like I feel like there's here's the thing. Like I feel like potheads, like they just smoke pot all day long, but drinkers, they just drink on the weekend or at night. Let me see. Give me a break, man. Haha. Every singer band you ever loved as youth were high as fuck. Yeah, and I'm sure there were a lot of, and they had talent and they did well, but I'm sure that there are a lot of singers that never got anywhere who also were high as fuck. It doesn't really mean anything. Like I said, do it if you want. I don't care. I'm just giving you my personal opinion. In German, when you say I'm hot, you're actually saying that you're horny. Are there any accidental sayings like this in Japan? Cole Kiddo, here's a good question. Yes, there's one. Daku, which means to hug, or daita. If you say daita, it could mean you hug someone, or it could mean you had sex with someone. So you've got to be careful. It can be one or the other. Like sleep, like I know her, or I know her in the biblical sense, right? Both are possible. So anyway, let's go back to this. No, we're not. Where are we? Bob Lazar. Let's go back to Yahoo. Okay. Okay, but I'll tell you, Taiga, I don't like Beto. I don't think he's ready. So there you go. Marijuana is not that addictive, but it might be a starter for other drugs. They call it a gateway drug. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. How much average citizen? How does the average Japanese citizen feel about marijuana? Are you fucking paying attention? Are you high? Dude, I just said they think it's the same as heroin and cocaine. Oh, I'm not looking up your, hey, Kenshiro, I do appreciate that, but if I look it up online right now, people will see my email. So, let me see. Oh, yeah, it does look pretty weird. Thanks for the support, though. I just checked it. Okay. Let me see. That was a joke, bro. Oh, the Dark Knight. I trust the Dark Knight as well. Let's go to the news again. Let me see. Words matter. Let's see. Anything else here interesting? Shadow boxes. Oh yeah, the shadow box commercials. Trump dismisses calls to boycott Equinox and Soul Cycle over fundraiser. I don't think anything wrong was done with that. You know, when you those are public knowledge. You know? $10 for Michael. But I don't smoke weed anymore or use most other drugs, but they should all be legal. Yeah, I agree. I agree with you like that. Yep. Oh, hey, Polite Fan's in the. Is Polite Fan here? Just a minute. Is this the one? Yeah, Polite Fan's in the box. Hey, Polite Fan. How did I miss his comment? Everyone, Polite Fan is going to have an operation tomorrow, so where the hell's his goddamn comment? I don't see it now. Mully, yeah. No, Mully, you're right. Hey, I'm saying this is my personal, scientifically invalid, anecdotal evidence, okay? Polite Fan's got an operation tomorrow, so everyone send him some good luck. Best of luck to Polite Fan Big operation tomorrow. Dude, kick some butt. All right. Let me see what else we're talking about here. I get why Victor's acting like a dingo streaming and shit. I'll give you a map later. So you want to do. I think he's genuine. I think he's genuine, but I don't think being genuine is enough to be president. I don't think that means anything. I'm not a big Beto fan, but I think he's genuine. Yeah. Taigo Tapai, I hear you. Okay. Jesus, how does this channel have so many bubble educated people following you? Did you find that video on a Facebook group? I just did a search on Google for that. I wasn't looking for that. Yeah, I don't think he's laughing. Hmm. Okay. Well, anyway, there's other things to talk about, but let me see if there's anything else here that I really want to talk about. I'll tell you what I think. Honestly, I think Biden should step aside. But I think he's not going to, and I think he might be our next president. I don't know. I honestly don't think there will be much of a change of anything if Biden becomes president, but who knows? Let's see. There's no one really interesting. Well, I think Warren is smart, and I think Bernie. I like Bernie. I just don't. I think he might be a little bit too out there, but maybe not because of apparently a lot of what he thinks now is what a lot of Americans think too. Let me see. This is what I think about Trump. I think he's an idiot, and I don't think he's doing anything good. But at the same time, I think those of you who defend him don't know what he's doing. Like I don't think a lot of you have spent any time really looking into what he does. And some say Hillary's going to jump back in, saying she's not going to jump in. Polite fan, she's out. By the way, Polite fan got a really nice haircut. I liked your haircut, man. I like Andrew Yang. He's cool, but I don't think the America's not ready for an Asian leader yet. We're too racist for that. It's not going to happen. Oh, the Family Mart video. Oh, I didn't get to see that. I haven't seen it. I want to see I looked for it. Maybe I can find it now. Rats in Family Mart. Rats. Oh, here we go. There it is. Let's watch the video together. Can we? Where the hell's the video? God damn. Oh, maybe there it is. Right? Oh, cool. This is from The Guardian. Look at that. Jesus Christ. They're so brazen that I feel like this must be fake. Look at that. See, no, this has got to be fake. Really? Wouldn't they be? Rats would be scared of people, wouldn't they? Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I hope Hillary Clinton does not jump in again. I think she's done. Ken should ask, have you heard about the drug called Toad? No, I've never heard of it. I don't know anything about it. Let crystal meth be legal. Well, here's what I think. Theoretically, I think everything should be legal. You should be able to do whatever you want. But you're an idiot if you do so. I mean, you're an idiot if you do crystal meth. And you know what's funny? Biden's son, after he was so upset after, I guess his brother, somebody died. I don't know. Somebody was sad. I'm sorry, I don't know the details, but somebody, I guess one of his sons died and the other son went off to try to score some crystal meth. And here's the thing, humans are self-destructive. We are self-destructive. We often do things that we shouldn't. And we do it with the clarity that what we're about to do is going to hurt us. I don't know if you've ever been there, but I've been there. That's not good. And we know what to do. You know what to do, the right thing. Everyone knows what to do. Everyone knows the right thing, but we often purposely avoid it. And that's why you date the wrong person and you do the wrong thing and take the wrong job. And, you know, anyway, I think crime reduction is something would help the gun problem in the U.S. Oh, about the Family Mart rats. I think Eric Bailey. I think you live in Japan, right? I've seen a rat once it was in a fish market somewhere. I forget what city. I want to say Tokyo. It was in some market and it was really rare and everyone was going crazy. And it wasn't a rat, it was like a tiny mouse. And everyone was going nuts trying to find it. And it was running down the street and it ran into a store. But what you saw in that video, that looks fake. That looks like pet rats that someone bought at a store and trained to hang out. Biden is okay as some senior moments, but in general, he's okay guy. Yeah, that's the thing. He just seemed, I feel like Biden kind of deserves it because he's been in it for so long. And I think he might have made it last time if his son hadn't died. And he honestly said, I just don't want to now. I'm too sad about my son. I believe that. So I generally believe people. I give people the benefit of the doubt. I feel like most people are sincere. Let's see. Give me a break, man. What do you think about how unpleasant these couple? Yeah, it's been really unpleasant. What about Trump's early release program? That would be good. Anything, look, I'm not above giving Trump credit for anything good he does. I just think he's mostly a liar about things that are so stupid that it makes me just think, why do you bother, dude? Just, god damn it. I mean, it's just so full of shit. Let's see. I think someone said, yeah, pet brats. Do you think Trump is going to lose it? Yeah. No, I don't think Trump is going to lose. I think Trump's going to win. I hope Trump was going to lose, but I think he's going to win. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what you're too rabid socialist. What is a rabid socialist? I don't know what that is. We go from Trump rats to Family Mart. What's the connection? Nothing at all. Hillary needs to quit. She has quit. She's done. Oh, I haven't seen Family Guy in so long. I love Peter Griffin though. Let's see. About the rats, I work at Chipotle. I sometimes see them roaming around the alleys at night. But a whole store? What do you do in Shibuya, by the way? That's interesting. Carlos Danger is back in action. That sounds familiar. Drug Yaba is crazy. Yeah, I've heard about Yaba. Scaven descent in Tokyo. How come you've been living and working in Japan so long and not been given citizenship? Because I don't want it. I don't want citizenship, Craigus 2004. Why would I want it? I'm American, dude. Vic, I like reading about Bushido and Shoguns. Do you like reading about? Yeah, I used to read more of that, but recently, now I'm reading about bugs because that's what my son's into. Rabid socialist is anyone who isn't far right. Rabid socialist is a silly label, you know. 4 years ago, or in the 2016 election, everyone said Bernie was Bernie was a rabid socialist, but now they've pretty much proven that everything he wanted, everyone agrees with right now. Health care for all. It's not a socialist idea, and this bullshit socialist label is just a scare tactic. Police department, fire department, post office, all these are government-funded socialist. The military, all this is socialist, right? So we just add healthcare to that. That's all he's asking, pretty much. I don't know how that makes him rabid socialist. Using the word rabid also is an attempt to demean a human opinion. I rewound to the guns part of the video. There are no solutions to some issues. You act as if there is a solution to every problem. No, there are no solutions, but there should be an attempt. There should be an attempt. Digital Kawari. There should be an attempt to do something. And there could be a solution, but nobody even makes an attempt. Everyone's like, it's too soon to talk about this. Registering, yeah, that's the alcohol kicking in. Registering guns does not take away your right to have guns, and it would help police know who has guns, make them act a little faster. I don't know, maybe not. If you made it harder to buy guns, you'd have to be like even Trump said, you can be 18 to buy a gun, but you got to be 21 to drink. Come on, it doesn't make sense. Oh, well, cool. Congratulations. The program that keeps skipping my best comment. What's your best comment, man? I'm going back. Hillary needs quick. Yeah, I jump all over the place. That's true. I live in the deep south of Tennessee, and I'm surprised how many people I talk to are actually pissed about what Trump says and does, but then turn around and say, well, I'm still voting for him. Yeah, I don't get it. I just can't vote for a liar. And I never saw him on TV, so I don't have any, some people apparently they liked him on that show that I've never seen. So a lot of people give him credit for that. I don't know. He seems like a scumbag to me, and insincere, and he doesn't pay. I mean, it's just, don't even get me started. So many people come out and said he never pays any of his debts. He still owes El Paso $500,000. I mean, it's just ridiculous. I just don't believe the guy. But who cares? It doesn't matter. Just an opinion. People get so angry though that I don't like Trump. Like, oh my God, you're like what's it called? Alienating half your crowd, dude. I just don't like Trump. That's all it is. A lot of other things we can agree on. I just don't like Trump. I don't hate him. I'm mostly embarrassed by him. I saw today that somebody won some Olympic medals or something. Somebody won the Olympics. An athlete won something, and he said, "I'm not so proud anymore because I'm representing America, and it's not what it used to be." And I gotta agree with that. Let me see. What's this? A bunch of weak, mostly overeducated white folks being overly woke. They're not a representation of socialists. I'm pretty sure there are many right-wing videos just as bad. I don't know what we're talking about here. Yeah, we already talked about the Epstein thing. Japanese have read a little bit about it, but most no. Oh God. The Knight of Sidonia is sending me an email. Oh God, this is such a threat. No, please don't send me an email. I'm not going to read your email. Yeah. Yeah. Make a video. You make a video. I'll watch that. I'm not going to read it. Let's see. Okay, let's wrap this up. In Japan, you know what? This is what happens in Japan. They say Trump seems crazy, but America voted for him. That's what they say. But America voted for him. So There's that. There are more tigers in American backyards than in the wild? That's crazy. Really? Victor, what do you think will happen among the people if a Hispanic were to be elected for president? Not much. Quinn Rankin, we had this argument before. There's political lying, and then there's just bald face lying, and that's what there's. You have to you lie sometimes as a politician, not knowing you're lying when you say the lie, because you don't know that you can't keep your word on that. Like Obama saying that you can keep your doctor. When he said that, I don't think he knew that he was wrong, and it turned out to be wrong. So you can argue it's a lie, but it's not a lie if you think you're telling the truth at the time. But yeah, you're right. Everybody lies, but not to this extreme, and not when there's evidence to the contrary right in front of you. So, it's just don't be silly. There's a difference. Everybody, I lie too. Like, hey, you look nice today, honey. Or do you like my hair? Yeah, it's nice. I like teaching everybody, all my students. If a Hispanic is elected, I don't think anything will happen. Chisaku. That's interesting kanji, by the way. I don't think anything bad will happen necessarily. A black person was elected. He survived. I think a Hispanic will survive too. Trump saved lives on 9/11. Yeah. Yeah. Like when he says shit like that, like, I was there too. I was down there and I helped a little bit. Like, come on. No, you weren't, dude. Why do you even say that? Oh, God. Anyway. Okay. Well, I better wrap things up. But I like coming on and talking to you guys. And sometimes I just want to talk about the craziness, like Kellyanne Conway. Oh my God, just batshit crazy woman. But very good at what about them? What about them? What about them? Arguments, incredible. Very useful. Very. I mean, I think we can learn a lot from people like that. All right, I'm gonna go. But got a new video coming up on my ASMR video channel, which is actually one of my favorites. It's not a haircut video. It's a video of a park in Japan and some photography. And I took some really good photographs. Some of them are really impressive. I think you'll be impressed. And it's about an hour long, 54 minutes long. But it's just scenes of a park in Japan with one long, very good. Where's my audio? I have a very good microphone. I recorded 54 minutes of summer sounds, and I put that in the background, and I edited it all together. And it took quite a while, but I think it's pretty good. So check it out if you like that kind of stuff. If not, no big deal. Other people will. Thanks for watching, guys. More soon. All right. Oh, you know what? Let's do one more thing before we go. Let me show you this, dude. Check this out. This is something I've never seen before. Yeah, this is cool. Hold on. Check this out. See that? Does anyone recognize this? Oh, that's not what it was. God damn it! No. Share screen. This one right here. You know what this is? Does anyone know? These are cicada that have not come out yet. We found them tonight. Pretty impressive. So cicada are gonna come out of those shells a little bit later. And check this out. This kind of freaked me out. This is a praying mantis that I caught today, and he's fucking huge. Look at that. crawled up on my arm. And it's scary. I gotta tell you, it's scary as fuck. Like, get it off me. I caught it, but I mean, I'm kind of okay at picking up bugs and shit, but I was not happy about this. He was so big. He just crawled right up on top of me. What else? Any other bugs there? Oh, check this out, man. This is gross. Listen to this. Ready? Check this out. This is so gross. This is all the cicadas that we caught today. Isn't that gross? I used to be scared of those things, but now I'm completely fine. I can grab them and hold them. My son just grabs them like nothing. He's just completely fine. Yeah. Mantis are cool. See, the Knife Ciconia, now we agree with them. Mantis are very cool little bugs. And I caught the biggest one today. We've been looking for months trying to get one. We finally caught one today. Look at him. We got you. Look at the little poor bastard. He's like, oh, let me out. It was so hard to catch. They are so fast. They just start crawling really fast. And then when they can't crawl anymore, they just fly away and you have to jump after them. It was pretty tough getting them. That's all. Anyway, we had a good day with bugs. He wouldn't sit still. Trying to get a picture is so hard of a 4-year-old. There we are. Anyway. Okay. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a great night. Have a great what is today? It's Sunday night. Have a great Sunday for most of you. Good night. Or have a great day. Whatever. It's daytime for you. I'm going to bed. Good night.